Yeah, once again, good evening to everyone. Today we are going to discuss about variables in functions. What are the functions and what are the use of functions and what are the types of functions in Python we have already discussed. Right? Wait, he's making some. Yes. So, if you want to reduce, if you want to concise the code length or number of lines, we can go for the functions. For the functions, inputs are the parameters or the arguments. Now, we are going to discuss about the variables in functions. And what do you mean by variables? So, while we are defining the variable, first we know the what do you mean by variable. Variable or identifier are same, right? Both are same. So here Python support two types of variables in functions. Okay, while we are assigning some values to an identifier, it can be two types. One is the global variable and second one is the local variable. What do you mean by global variable? What do you mean by local variable? Simply, it's a kind of theoretical part, and we can go for the code after completing of this one. And global variable. Global variable means if you create a function, after creating function, let me take this is a function. Let me sum a comma b and let's output must be means it must be returned to a plus b, and we need to pass the values. What is sum of 10 comma 20? Now these values will be assigned to a and b. Now return a plus b. The sum is 10 plus 20, that is 30. Now there is a case, not whatever the parameters we have discussed. We have four parameters, right? Four types of arguments, like keyword, position, and default variable length. Except them, we can give the values based upon global variable and local variable. How can we give that? Simply, what we are going to do is, in global variable, if we declare the value, if you declare or assign the value outside of the function, this is the function, right? This is completely, these two lines are one function. What do you mean by global variable? Global variable is which is declared outside of the function, means not inside. Outside means either up or down. For example, if I assign a equal to 10, right? Instead of this one, let me take a. Okay, I am not using this function, but outside of the function, I am assigning a value with the variable. This can be accessed by everyone or every code in the code. For example, if I write 100 lines, okay, now I assigned outside the function a equal to 10. This can be utilized by this function, or if you want to use for loop for I in a means 10. So it assigns like this. For a, I in 10 means 10 times. 10 times the loop runs. Or else if you want to use for a plus b outside that. So this can be accessed by wherever we represent a value that is equal to 10. Means, let me clear this. I'm writing some code, lines of code. Okay. If a equal to 10, if I write a equal to 10, and I'm going to write a function def and sum. This a value will be taken by this function also. If I want to use while a greater than 5, a means 10. Okay, print some statements, right? So it can be accessed. So wherever we represent a value, that is equal to 10. So it is applicable globally. Globally means entire code. Now there is a something called local. You can see accessed in all functions of that module. Okay. Now there is one more thing, that is local variable. Local variables which is inside the function. Okay. Now def sum a comma b. Now return a plus b. This is function. Now sum of a comma b. Now what do you mean by local variable? If we declare the variable inside the function. Now I want to assign a equal to 10, b equal to 30. I'm not assigning outside of it. In the global case, assign outside of the function. In this case, in the local case, I'm declaring the variable that is inside the function a equal to 10, b equal to 30. This is called local variable. Simply, if you are asked a question in interview, you can tell that, right? So we'll see the code also. And okay, see here. F1. I created function F1. What is the print A? A, what is the A value? A equal to 10. I assigned global variable. This A equal to 10 is assigned to this function also. After executing this code, first I'm defining the function. I'm calling the function. Now F1, it searches the entire code where F1 is available. It goes to here. Okay, it is available. What is it returning, or what is it printing, and what is it giving the result? Print A. What you mean by A? A is 10. So automatically it prints 10. Now F2 is called. It searches the entire code, and F2 is here. It is available. What do you mean print A? Again, it is 10. So a single value is accessed by two functions because it is global variable. Now local variable. Oh. Yeah, it's not a local variable. This is local variable. Okay. Now what we are going to do here is simply I'm taking def f1 a equal to 10, print a, def f2 of parenthesis, I send creating a function, and here also after creating f1 is called. F1 is called. After that, a equal to 10. Print a. What is the a value? This is the 10. So it prints 10. Now f2. F2 comes to here. F2. Print a. What do you mean by a? It doesn't search for another function. Either it searches outside the function or inside the function, not in other function. So there is no value, so that automatically there comes name error, or it throws a no value assigned, like that. Okay, if I want to assign a global variable, not like this. If I want to make this one, simply I can keep global. Now it becomes global variable, so that it can be accessed by this function also. Global variable is used by every function, but local variable is used by only one function, that is where it is declared. Here a is 10. So this function only uses this value. But here, no. Even it searches for our entire code, it will not, as it is not available, so that it will not print any output. This is the global variable and local variable. I think it's better to start code so that you will not get confused. Now I'm assigning P equal to 45, A equal to 67. Now I'm executing this one. Now I'm calling the function. Add A comma B. Actually, what we have done in previous examples like keyword positional or default, either in the calling position or in the definition position at the time of defining the function, or at the time of timing, at the time of calling, we have assigned the values. Now we are assigning globally. B equal 65, A equal to B equal 45, A equal 67. Now I'm taking another example, that is using local variable. I'm not defining outside the function. Here, this is the function and values are assigned outside the function. Now here, this is the function and these are the values. And here, what I'm going to do is inside the function. See here, if you don't use these values, let me comment this one with the hash. Now, let me execute this one. And after that, 10. How it 10? In the place of, let me take things. Yeah. X equal to 20. So here 20. Y equal to 10. Here 10. So it returns 20 minus 10. That is 10. And another condition, that is, even though X equal 20, Y equal 10, let me take uncomment this one. Now yes. So what is the expected output here? 100. How 100? Even though we assign the values X equal to 20, Y equal to 10. Yes, it goes here. X equal to 20, Y equal to 10. But here we are using local variable, that is X equal to 200. Before X equal to 20, Y equal to 10 from this one. Now what's happening is, after entering into the loop, it goes like this, right? Python code from top to bottom. X equal to 200. It replaces 20 with 200 and Y equal to 100. Replaces 100. Now return is X minus Y, that is 200 minus 100. This is called local variable assignment. And of course, if you want to use, okay, let me take another example here. Even though I applied B equal 45, A equal 67, let me execute again this code. Now 55. How 55? Because A equal 10. Already outside. A equal to 67. B equal to 45. Now it is calling add. It searches for the entire code. Add. Here add is available. So A equal to 67. B equal to 45. After entering inside the function, A equal to 10. Now A will be replaced with the 10. Yes, we are using local variable. Now return A plus B, that is 10 plus 45, that is 55. This is the answer. Okay, I hope it's clear to you. In the interview point of view, they will ask. Okay, just keep that in mind. And one more important thing I'm going to discuss is recursive function. Let me work on that. Recursive function. What do you mean by recursive functions? Recursive function is nothing but a function that calls itself. Simply function, change that, function within function. Function within function is called recursive function. So what do you mean by that? A function calls itself. A function calls itself is known as the recursive function. A function calls itself is known as recursive function. Simply function in function. That's the concept of recursive function. What are the advantages? It can reduce the length of the code and improves the readability. Readability means if I write code in my point of view, if I want to show with the other one, so he is able to understand what I have written and what is my logic, what is the logic I built, right? So that is the readability, and length of code will be reduced. If you take 10 lines of code, after using recursive function, we can make it as 5 to 6 lines of code. And complex problems. So if you want to solve complex problems, here I have taken one example, that is finding the factorial. See here, factorial of n. N is the input parameter. This is the function name. N into again factorial. A function is called another function, but same function, of course. Another function means the same function is called here. Factor n minus 1. Now I'll do hands on, just try to understand this. What I'm going to do is here, I'm finding the factorial of a number. You know what do you mean by factorial of 5? 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So what is the total? 5 plus 20, 23, 60, 60, 20, 120. That is the value. So how is it possible? First it takes 5. After that, it is going to n minus 1, that is 4. Again, after that, 4 minus 1, 3. 3 minus 1, 2. 2 minus 1. As in the final, this is going to happen. See how it works. If I take factorial of 4, this is what I want to find out. Now, what is the formula of this? 4 into factorial of n minus 1. N minus 1 means 4 minus 1, that is 3. 4 into fact 3. What do you mean by fact 3? This is the formula. 4 into 3 means n value. 3 fact into, so shortcut I am writing fact into, actual factorial. Fact into 3 minus 1. 2. What do you mean by fact 2? This is the factor 2, right? Factor 2. 2 into fact 2 minus 1. That is 2 into fact 1. Okay. 4 into 3 into fact 2 means this one. 2 into something. Right? This is how it works. Once again, I'm repeating how it works because it's kind of a little bit confused topic. Let me write. This is the formula. Now I want to find out n equal to 5 means 5 factorial. So factorial 5. What is the formula? This is the formula. Factorial 5 equal to, now n means 5, right? 5 into factorial. I'm writing only fact as I'm using mouse, so I cannot write everything. Fact n minus 1 means 5 minus 1, that is 4. Now we need to find out fact 4. We don't know. Simply again, fact 4. 4 into fact 4 minus 1, 3. 4 into fact 3. What do you mean by 3? Again, same formula. Fact 3 means the function is calling itself. 3 into fact 3 minus 1, 2. 5 into 4 into 3 into fact 2. What do you mean by fact 2? Again, fact 2. 2 into fact 2 minus 1. Like that it works. So the function calling itself or the function within the function is called recursive function. Right? So let me use the code. Okay. Yeah. Here we need to find out the factorial. This is one kind of interview question. We will be asked in the interview. Finding the prime number, finding the factorial of this value. So just I want to remove this one. So just I want to within you with you I want to do the code. So first we need to know the logic. What is the logic? What is the factorial of 0? 0 factorial is 1. Is there negative factorial? So we may not get the output. And so we need to find out more than 0 or greater than 0. So the conditions are, once again I'm repeating, if user gives 0 factorial, 0 factorial is, we know, 1 directly we can give, and we should not use negative numbers. Okay. Third one is the number must be greater than 0 factorial, greater than 1, so that we can find 2 factorial, 3 factorial, 4 factorial, 100 factorial, like that. So we just keep that in mind and let's build the code. Okay. So I'm writing here once again 0 factorial and must be greater than 1 and should not be negative number. Okay. Now let's create one function. That is, we are going to ask fact is the function name, and you can take the number here. For example, if I'm taking 6 here, till now we have discussed 4 and 5, right? Now define function name is fact and the variable name is the argument is n. Let's take n. Okay. Now if the n is 0, what is the value? Result equal 1. Okay. First condition is satisfied. That's what I have written in the letter. Next, elif n is less than 0 because it's negative value, right? Less than 0 means negative value. Then what happens? Result equal. Let's print something. What is the something? Enter valid positive number, because we are going to find out the positive numbers. And else means greater than 1. Of course, if you want to use elif, it's good. Elif n greater than 1, or else. Now we need to write the formula. Result equal. What is the formula? N into fact n minus 1. Fact is my choice. And let's return to result. If you give any value, let me, because n equal to 0, it results 1. If n less than 0, it result enter value positive number. If n greater than 1, this is the function. Okay. Now I think everything is good. Let me execute this one. Okay, nothing is there, no error. Let me execute fact 6. Okay, unbound local reference before assignment, where n greater than 1. Something is there. No, I think this is not correct. Is wrong. Check the code. Local variable result response. Where is the local variable? Yes, but it should work if n greater than 0. Should it work? Should work. It should work. Yeah, it's working. What happened? Yeah, correct. Now what's happening here is fact 6 means in the place of n we are giving the value. So n equal to 6. Is n equal to 6? It's false. So it won't enter into if condition. 6 less than 0? No, it is not. It's not going to enter in this way. N greater than 0, 6 greater than 0. Okay. Now same formula what I have explained in previous slide. 6 fact into 6 minus 1, that is fact 5. Again it goes to 5. 5 is greater than 0, false. 5 less than 0, false. Then 5 greater than 0 again. Like this it runs until the condition satisfied. Now let's check. If I give 0 value here. Oh, what happened? Fine. 0. Fact 0. 1, because n equal to 0. So fact 0. Now let's try for negative value. Enter valid positive number. Right. So this is how we can build a logic based applications like prime number and as well as factorial like this. Okay, I hope it's clear to you how it runs. It's like it's kind of a loop. Recursive function is it's kind of a loop. It runs until it get out of that function. Okay, let me open the slides. This is a recursive function. There are simple function, very important. This is the lambda function. Very, very important. In today's class, this is the most important lambda function. So don't think lambda means like this. Okay. Lambda is a function name. What is the function name? We don't know. A nameless function is called lambda function. Simply till now we have seen define sum a comma b like this, right? Sum is the function name, right? Whatever we have discussed till now, every function has its name, but this function will not have any name. Simply directly we can pass the logic and the variable. How can we pass? Simply this is the syntax. Anonymous function or the nameless function is called lambda function. Lambda, L-A-M-B-D-A. Sometimes we may forget write the B. So you need to write B also. L-A-M-B-D-A, lambda argument list. Argument list means whatever the inputs are going to given. For example, sum A comma B. These are the argument. Okay, if we are using A comma B, simply we need to pass A comma B. Colon expression. Expression means logic or the formula. Right? Sum A comma B return A plus B. This is the expression. Right? So we need to write A plus B. Simply we have completed a function within single line. For example, if I want to write sum of two numbers, simply I'll take lambda. Arguments means A comma B. What is the formula? Simply A plus B. Now it's finished. Both are same. Let's assign this to some value is the our identifier name. Now it's over. So in many codes, you will see this lambda for the memory optimization, for the code reduction. People will use the lambda function. Right. Now you can check here. This is the regular way of creating a square function. Square is the name of the function. N is the argument and return n star star 2 means power of 2. That is square. If I want to use this one, square of 4. 4 square. Nothing but 16. Now, if I want to write same function with lambda, see, simple lambda. This is the argument colon n double star 2. Now, by using lambda function, we can write very concise code. You can check here 2 codes, 2 lines. Here, simple code, only 1 line, and readability also easy. Because this is the formula or expression and this is the variable. This is how it's very important. You need to practice more and more on lambda function. Now, let me use the code so that you will understand. Yes. Now you can check here lambda, L-A-M-B-D-A, lambda. This is the argument. This is the expression. Now I want to execute this one. Now no error. Now I'm finding the square of this is square, right? 6 square means 6 power 2. That is 36. So I want to pass 36. So we need to pass the value for the identifier. Now this can be called stored value. What happens here? 6 is going to here 6 power in star 2, 6 power is 36 and it is stored into value, right? And let me take, these are the two examples so that you'll understand. I want to divide a by b. Return, this is the Raj, the function name is the Raj and parameters are a comma b, and what it is returning a by b. Now what I'm going to do is 10 is this one, 40 this one. So return is 10 by 40. That is some 0.25, I think. Let me execute this one, 0.25. Now same code I want to write with the lambda function. People will ask you, write a code with the lambda function. So you must be aware of this one. Now I want to execute lambda. Here I'm using two arguments, that is a comma b. A by b is the expression. Now first execute that one. Okay, no error. Now I'm passing the values 0.25. Okay, simply what happens? 10, 40, 10 by 40. Now I want to change the values. 100, 140. This is the value. Okay. So simply what are the things we have discussed? What do you mean by recursive function? What do you mean by lambda function? What do you mean by global variable and local variable? So let's take a small break, and after that remaining functions are there. Filter and these are the very simple, but not that much important. If you are asked in an interview, you must be able to tell the answer, right? So let's take break up to 7:50, and after that we'll start the filter method. Okay.